Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Cornell. Join me for a quick cup, and we're going to talk about the benefit of praising in public. And when I say praise in public, one of the responsibilities of a manager is, in fact, to not only recognize, praise, and bring forth good activities among members of the team, but also to take advantage of those opportunities for learning opportunities, shall we say, and/or corrections. That's what a manager has to do. And so the way and the manner in which the manager does that can do a lot to benefit he or she in regards to them and the organization. It does a tremendous amount in regards to it's handled in regards to how the team continues to perform. Let me suggest that one of the critical elements of a manager is handling that moment of praise. And to my opinion, and from what I've had experience doing and seeing, praising in public is what you need to do. Praising in public is easy to do, but it has to be attentive on the part of the management team and the manager to make sure you have the right opportunity. You think about it. When is the team together? Do you have a specific meeting? Is it part of a meeting? Is it something that you're going to do when we're all working in an open area so that everyone gets a chance to see it and understand it? I would submit any of those opportunities are good. What you want to do, in particular, though, for you managers out there or team leaders, is to recognize and be clear as to what you're going to be praising that individual on your team for. Is it something they've done in regards to their job responsibilities? Something they did beyond their job responsibilities? Is it that they identified a customer situation or an operational consideration and they exerted creativity and innovation in order to make that happen, in order to move the ball forward for the organization? Those are the things that start to lay the groundwork and the basis of culture in your organization. Why? Because your other team members remember it. They said, oh, gee, that person was recognized because they did that. So when you're thinking about making that or taking that moment to recognize a particular individual, think about finishing that sentence so that that becomes the recurring, if you will, course on the part of your team and your organization. Is not only that someone may have met an objective that is consistent with what their job is, but what did they do to go beyond that job requirement? What did they do to help somebody else out to be able to make that happen? Those are things you want to recognize. And those things are things that start to establish that culture of success within your organization. And most importantly, it helps the team leader or that manager to become a better manager. So the reason why you don't criticize in public is think about this for a moment. First of all, you have your whole team assembled, and all of a sudden now you're going to criticize someone or call them out publicly. It's embarrassing for that team member. It's also embarrassing for the team because either the person's going to have friends or other associates that they're going to feel sorry for them, and that's going to continue to be a part of, if you will, the social consciousness of your group. The second piece that's really important is that suppose you make a mistake. Suppose you didn't have all the facts in regards to why that occurred. Suppose there were some other extenuating circumstances that, gee, if you really had that perspective, you wouldn't have called that person out, you wouldn't have criticized them in public. That's wrong. And that will then reflect back on you as the manager of making a bad call and, by the way, impairing your judgment on the part of the team in their minds, right? And then the other piece is it's a question of consistency. So it becomes harder for you to be able to be consistent is that when you call somebody out for any or all the various infractions or considerations or opportunities for correction that you may identify. If I did something relatively small and I get called out for that, and someone else do something much more significant to the organization and they get called out for that, how does that start to be equivalent in everyone's mind? Because you don't have 2 minutes in one situation and 20 minutes in the other in order to call it out so people know what time differences. You follow me on that? So the recommendation is don't criticize in public. There's too many downside exposures. If you do that in private, you do that in your office or wherever you can. By the way, recommendation from the old school, have a box of Kleenexes available for you just in case someone needs one, okay? But you criticize in private so you can understand the entire circumstances of why that person needed to have this corrective conversation with you. With that, let me tell you the benefits of praising in public. The benefits of praising in public are really two. You have better management. You made a better decision. You will look better. You will be more engaged, and it'll be easier for you to do something positive in front of the rest of your team than to do something negative. The second is better organization. The culture of your organization will grow by the positive aspects that you're putting forth and sending into your organization. The positive team engagement, the positive support for one of the members of your team as being identified by you. And then all of a sudden, when everyone sees that, positive things are recognized, he or she is not missing all the hard work we're putting in place, that will produce benefits of you moving forward. So, criticize in private, praise in public, and you're on your way to a better organization and a better management experience. I hope this episode has been of value to you. Keep it in mind for the future, and we'll see you next week. Friends, I want you to like, subscribe, and then hit the bell for notifications for future episodes. Come on, help me out, and it'll help to make Coffee with Cornell even better for you.